season NBA record. Embiid, meanwhile, has the most 30-point games this season with 38. Joel Embiid had this to say about the MVP chase earlier this week.
If it happens, great. If it doesn't, I don't know what I had to do at this point. At this point, I feel like, they hate me. So the standard for, guys in Philly or for me is different than the standard than everybody else.
Oh, look at the face. Any
my
issue?
God,
Do you have an
standard.
issue with
First off-
Embiid's MVP campaign? Did you seem annoyed?
No, we can give it to him. It's not the end of the world. Jokic is a better player. If you ask me right now to set up my ball club for the next 5 years, I'm taking a kid from Denver. He's a point center. He makes everybody around him better. Plus, he doesn't have Murray. The supporting cast is much better on Philadelphia right now. Even though they've had injuries and Harden in and out, it's much better on Philly than it is on Denver. But if Embiid is going to say, I've done enough, I mean, you've done enough. You go out there and you play every day. You're getting $40 million a year. I've done enough. Well, now I take my...
They're bringing up the money all the time.
I need to go to the media.
They're bringing up the money all the time.
You?
Yes, he always brings it up. You get it paid. He always says that. Always
Stephen
with the money,
care
with the
about
salary.
money.
I care about money. I'm a capitalist, but he brings it up all the time.
You were a big-time capitalist. I tell you, so am I for that.
I mean, come on, what are we playing for? Championships and money.
I've done enough.
Get out of here.
Well, what have they got? The best record in the NBA? What are they, the number one seed? Oh, done enough. I never heard Kareem say that all those years when he won the MVP. I never heard Russell say that. Even Chamberlain didn't say that. But Embiid says, you know what? I have got you all these 30-point games. Look at me with my discombobulated roster. I don't know if the media doesn't like me. What else do I have to do? Pipe down. Pipe down. Let the media vote who they want to be the MVP. And it's not like you're a runaway winner. I can make a case for Booker. I can make a case for the Denver center. This is not a no-brainer. So the idea that somehow, I don't know how you can't vote for me. Look at the year I've had. Take it easy, will you? And he's great. Nobody's arguing that. He's great. We get it. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, the other kid in Denver, right now, you start a team right now. You're taking Jokic, you're taking Embiid.
I'm taking Jokic.
Thank you.
Only because of durability. He's always there. Embiid has been injured a lot.
I like the way he plays the game better, those people. Players get around, players around him are better.
I love the way Joel Embiid plays the game. Okay, and let me say this to you. First of all, I got to give you credit where credit is due. Let's start that off on the right track. Got to give you credit where credit is due because you say, I've never heard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar say that.
That's
what you said. Thank God you didn't bring up George Mikan. I appreciate that. Okay, thank God you didn't do that. Okay,
yeah, so I was thinking about Mike.
I see what I'm saying. Exactly. So I'm glad that you came close to the amount of time. So I appreciate that. That's number one. Number two. Joel Embiid may not get the league. I've been going back and forth. I have a vote. I've been going back and forth. 1 week he is. I mean, listen, I had him in the lead until James Harden arrived. I think James Harden's arrival has hurt him to some degree because Philly has lost a few games that they should have won. And I count that for something, including one to Jokic in Denver, by the way, in Philadelphia. So
that's right.
And they got annihilated by Brooklyn. I didn't forget that. All of this other stuff. I want to throw a 14-game stretch to you, to Joel Embiid. 43, 27, 35, 34, 35, 32. Had a 21-point, 13-rebound game in a loss to Toronto. Then after that, 30, 27, 37, 29, 37, 29, 44, 45. What he's saying is that I've been focused, I have not been playing games, and my level of play has been absolutely, positively consistent. I'm averaging 30, 11, and 4, 49% shooting from the field, 37% from three-point range. I'm battling for a number one seed in the Eastern Conference. I'm only like a game and a half, 2 games out.
I'm not going to get it.
I don't think they're going to get it. I don't think they're going to get it. Okay. So to me, I think a stronger look needs to be placed towards Devin Booker, who's been a model of consistency, 26-5-5, great player. They're the reigning defending Western Conference champions. They went without Paul, 12-3 in the 15 games that CP3 was out. And Devin Booker has been that dude. And they are 7.5 games better than anybody in the West and 12 games better than anybody in the East. And when you look at Embiid right now, like Giannis, about 19 games over 500. Devin Booker is 46, 47 games over 500.
I agree with that.
So I understand that. But when it comes to Embiid stumping for himself, I think it's important to point this out. we can't have it both ways, doggy. We can't complain about Ben Simmons and the mental issues. We all take mental health incredibly, incredibly serious, which is why we're cynical about him, because we're saying, excuse me, you're mentally, you got mental issues, but it didn't stop you from buying that crib in Calabasas. It didn't stop you from trying to collect your money, filing a grievance to sue for the $20 million they withheld from you. It didn't stop you once you arrived in Brooklyn from traveling on a team with the team on the road, smiling and laughing up, high-fiving everybody, and all of this other stuff. Suddenly you seem in a mentally good place, mentally and emotionally since you've gotten to Brooklyn. So if we're going to complain about Ben Simmons, well, who got a bigger reason to complain about Ben Simmons than Joel Embiid?
I buy that.
All right, so you got that going on, all right? And not only that, then when you move Ben Simmons, not to move him, because you Daryl Morey and you were so transparent in what you wanted, which was James Harden, you had to give up Seth Curry and Andre Drummond too, along with 2 picks, okay? So Joel Embiid's got to deal with all of that. And still he went out and did all of this. So I got to look at him. And not only that, defensively, he's an impact player. You can't just go by numbers defensively with him. There's a lot of shots that are changed because of him. There's a lot of shots that are not taken because of him. Joel Embiid is big time. And because of that, I think that he's right to stump on himself.
And I feel like he's a victim of his circumstance in this record, because we know the record matters as well, not just the individual play. It's not his fault these other folks aren't showing up.
It's beneath him. He's had a great year. We can figure that out. We're not silly.
Why should he leave it to you? Why should he leave it to you?
He's leaving it to you. I don't got the vote. You do.
All right, but he's leaving it to us. He's not leaving it to us. He's speaking up for himself. What's wrong with that?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
He's had a great season. You don't have to speak for yourself. Did Jordan ever speak for himself? Hey, you know what? Vote for me.
He never had to. He never had to. He was on national TV every week.
Well, he's on TV all the time too, Embiid. He's on TV too.
I wouldn't say that.
You guys are crazy. He's got to go up there and he's got a campaign.
How much time do we
the media doesn't know. What do you mean the media doesn't know?
Excuse me.
I'm not dumb. I know how good he is.
He's not saying you don't know. He's saying that you're not recognizing it as much as you should.
I am recognizing it. He's making it sound like he's nobody else. He's got other candidates out there.
This
is not a no-brainer.
He's making it sound like he should be the number 1 candidate. You should appreciate that.
I don't think he is.
But he does. He does.
Okay,
what's the matter with that?
Sometimes, Russo, if you don't toot your own horn, there's no music.
How about that?
Stephen A. always compliments himself about 5 minutes into the show. You're arguing with this guy about that?
The man's got his own channel, okay? Yeah, everybody's not Mad Dog.
They hated me after a while.
Everybody's not Mad Dog. We see.
You own this show. How do you think I'm on? I'm not on because they like me. Because you happen to want to talk.
Wait a minute. It says First Take. It doesn't say Stephen A. Your channel says Mad Dog. It could be Adam. It could be Adam Shine. It could be anybody. It could be JT the Brick, my brother. JT the Brick. And guess what? Excuse me. You really want to go that route?
Doesn't care about
you really want to go that route? I disagree. Isn't that what it's all about?
I disagree.
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't make that.
I disagree.
And I am not on General Hospital either.
Well, that's true.
Boy, you don't be commercials with the commercials.
Bricks on General.
Are we done, Toonie's horn? Are we done?
Oh, what the heck?
Come on. All right.
What's next?
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
That's what's next. All right, we had the press conference. I love how he asked me what's next. Like,